10 seconds, right? Yeah, I mean, make sure everything has 10 seconds of video. Okay. Okay, here we go. C-SPAN. Well, hold on. This is much better. Control C. And paste. Oh, this is definitely getting probably.
Hey everyone, I'm Megan Kelly. Welcome to the Megan Kelly Show. Coming up, the.
Enter. There you go.
Hey everyone, I'm Megan
This
Kelly.
is probably getting copyrighted.
Show. Coming up,
would you be willing not to? Don't flag this for copyright violation when I'm recording this.
Dr. Patrick soon show.
Yes. That's how you pronounce it? I didn't know that. It is Friday, September 5th, 2025, and would you like to testify before Congress again?
COVID damage or COVID vaccine?
I know, right? Didn't you already testify again?
We start today with someone who's never been on the program before, Liz Wheeler. She's a conservative host who was at that White House influencer event back in February.
Okay, what is
She
that?
was one of the folks handing
I remember.
the Epstein files binder.
Well, I don't know anything about this one yet.
White House, and we of course now know the binder contained nothing new. But they and we were promised more was coming.
Yeah, because you testified with Congress.
Announced there was no Epstein file list. No one else was.
That's for testify Congress.
No more disclosures from the investigation, and
Vaccine.
as it turns out, the administration
Yeah, I remember.
kind of annoyed that people want more answers.
Oh, really? You have not. This is AI answers. That's a vaccine. Why she doesn't make one conversation. Well, well, technically you are not officially testified, so you're not sworn in, but yeah. Let's testify, I guess. So.
Don't miss a moment. Subscribe to this show on YouTube and follow me on
Rule the CDC file. Full event. Part 1. Is it part what?
West Yellowstone,
Montana,
where we go in the wintertime, and their
part 2.
steaks are
Here we go. Part 2. There we go.
Surprisingly tender. Even someone like me who does not know how to cook can make it taste delicious.
I thought you. Oh my god. Well, technically, Andrew doesn't know how to cook either. Andrew doesn't know how to cook either. I mean. Oh my god. Dang. Read it. Oh my goodness. That looks like a great steak. Anyway. Secretary Kennedy. I'm gonna hold on.
Artificial growth hormones or antibiotics. And it is shipped from following our coverage of it and saying.
You're Liz Wheeler? Oh, wow, you're gorgeous. My name is Andrew, by the way. It is September 5th, 1:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Friday now. Because I took a nap and then. September 5th, 1:15 p.m. Anyway, Megan, I'm gonna skip over to the science part, so if you don't mind. Because no, sorry. We'll figure it out later. We'll the other things to find later. Let's do science first, because that's it. Yeah, here we go.
Difference of 23 and 26%.
Did you know that
Hi,
in the
Megan.
1990s, all chips and fries were cooked in beef tallow? Yes, not seed oils. But then,
This is Megan Kelly 1 month ago, so yeah, it is September 5th. Oh, that's more than a month. It's 2 months ago. It's September 5th, 2025, Friday for me, 1:16 p.m. Megan.
love these chips.
So that is perfect. Let's testify before Congress. Because when the hell did Patrick Soldier ever? Let me check C-SPAN.
When you order from NASA,
How does
The
it?
Ahead program.
Patrick.
Rhode Island is a willing voluntary participant in the Ahead program.
like to try, and then of course
Coming
I
behind
follow
Rhode
those chips
Island
to
is
just-
There you go.
I'm telling you, they're amazing.
What remains to be
Patrick
seen
Soldier.
is whether the payment rates agreed to for Rhode Island
Last time he was in Congress, goddamn, it is fucking 2015.
with respect to the Ahead rates for Connecticut As Connecticut,
Last time he was in Congo, C-SPAN is 2000.
I've been able to get no
15.
assurance from CMS that they care one whit.
Patrick Garcia hasn't been in Congress
Payment
in.
differential.
Maybe you all need to interrupt
And as a
him.
means of resolving this
Sorry,
injustice.
this is secretary. I mean,
Doctors are teetering as a result of that.
White House. Yeah, Senator White House.
Will matter.
Yeah.
I'd really like to see you.
Sorry, this is a commercial. I mean, oh, what happened to the really pretty lady? Well, I like the book too. Nice black gentleman. I like the book. I have no idea who you are, but
Very, very good reason
paying a
not
hospital
being
full
indoors
reward.
for tons of.
they were Sheldon White House. They were.
Than what I
You
lost.
gotta give it a try. Trust me and
The
give it a
Rhode
try.
Island hospital
Go
Yeah.
to one and say chips.
There we go.
that
Hold on.
dollars
by
are
the Secret
empty.
Service.
And if you use that code,
I'm gonna skip over. This is advertising week. So.
To the
Anyway, hi, Megan. Patrick Solcio.
you could use it for
I mean, usually I should ask people before I make them testify for Congress. But
and have legal
The other problem that I mentioned to
Yeah.
you.
According to FBI data, 99.9% of altercations do not actually require lethal
Bloody
force.
Groundhog Day.
And that's exactly why so
Trying
many
to
are
get
turning to
something
Burnham.
done.
Burnham
Oh my God.
This
This is another commercial.
These less lethal self-defense launchers are trusted by hundreds of
Oh my God, what's it
government
called?
agencies.
Idiotic and
Okay, I make it. I skip over the ad.
put their
Media outlet
kind of
you know and
Yeah.
likely don't like.
Hi, Megan. It's still September 5th, Friday, 1:60 p.m.
And my guest
1:60 p.m. I skipped over that. Patrick, would you like to testify in front of Congress, Patrick? Sorry, it's been so long. I mean, I have some personal. I don't know about. By the way,
Not until 2018.
you want to know something really interesting, Patrick? 2 days ago, there was a Powerball lottery. It's $1.3 billion, and it was Alexis' birthday, my birthday, and a bunch of 69. Nobody won the jackpot, so it's $1.8 billion, by the way. It's getting close to the largest jackpot. Good luck for both of you. I mean, Patrick doesn't need anybody. He's like a multi-billionaire. But Meg, I think you're not a billionaire yet, right? Yeah, Patrick, you don't need the. Andrew needs billions.
Because
Sorry.
that's a bigger one, and it's a more
Oh,
important.
they're already
I listened
talking.
to Tucker, and I thought it was a fascinating discussion.
Make Congress
All
listen
I
to you.
could think was
Sorry.
there's this amazing magical thing that you found.
Yeah,
that you
I mean, they don't understand what
decided,
you're thinking.
to
I mean,
study
I was
and
thinking
actually
about. I
help
mean,
with.
I don't want to steal your stuff against somebody else.
Everyone
You know,
wants
so.
it. Everyone's
There,
gonna want
I'm
it.
following
Once they
somebody
hear about it,
who wants to
and
cure cancer
my biggest
too,
question
and
is how can it be mass produced such that we can
yeah,
fully
I know,
shore
right?
up
It's,
our T cells
Patrick should own
and
most
fight
of it.
cancer and COVID
But this
hangovers
technology, once it's
and spiked cells
it
or
works. I
whatever that
mean,
we were caused from the vaccine.
okay,
or
if you could actually
let's
make
start
it
with
work by
what is
yourself, make
exactly
it
this
available to
thing?
everybody,
You
then
invented
that's
other
fine.
cancer
But
drugs that you literally sold your company.
I mean, we have to share
$10
this
billion
technology.
for.
You know,
You're the
it's
real
the
deal.
cure for
You've been
cancer.
honored by everybody. A legit and world-renowned doctor.
And
So, I mean,
and you know
but
what
you kept studying
you saw the
cancer
podcast,
and
right,
how to cure it,
Megan,
and
with
you
Patrick
come up with this
Patrick
very special thing.
and Tucker, because
So
Patrick was gonna
this
give
is
his
very
vaccine
generous.
to the government for free,
I did not invent
and the
this.
people who
I
ran the
invented
vaccine.
this. So
Consider Kerry, this is
an
Patrick
experiment.
Solcian talking to Megan Gallen a month ago.
When I sold my
He was gonna
company,
give his. I mean, anyway. I'll let you tell your story.
2010, I realized, and
This
this
is
has
part of
been now a life's work, that
Yeah.
we have in our body a cell that God created,
Yeah, I mean,
and it's
this.
450 million years old, called the natural killer cell.
Yeah, it's ancient,
And
probably.
that cell was
It probably,
in the 1970s, and I wrote my first paper in the 1990s.
evolution of
And
multicellular
what this
organism. Yeah.
is the enlightenment of how do we activate the cell that God created in us,
I
and
know,
why
right?
does this
Well,
cell exist? And this
it
cell
probably got
exists
incorporated
because
in,
it is here to prevent us from having cancer.
Yeah, it's the first
This cell
cells. The
exists
white blood
to
cells
prevent
eat
us
other
from
cells, you know.
from
and
dying
then
from infection, from sepsis, from COVID.
the
from
first predators, the white blood
bacteria,
cells are
from
basically the
fungus.
first predators of
And
the evolution of
what's
single
happened
cellular
is an
life to
enlightenment
multicellular life. From
After 30 years of
you
work,
all know what
of
multicellular
how
life
to
is.
activate that cell with a single jab. And that's what we've discovered.
Yeah.
So what's exciting is we have within our
It's probably
body
a little bit more
this
complicated
immune
than just single
system
jab.
that's been around. Everybody understands T cells. Everybody understands,
Yeah.
but
Well,
nobody
I don't
ever
think
thought about the word natural kill cell, and that's the name of the cell.
it's a
the
specific
natural
type
kill
of T cell. Yeah.
It is the first responder in your
Let me
body
see. Yeah,
to
macrophage. No.
recognize anything that's dangerous and kill it. That's the only way that mammalians
T cells-
actually evolved to live today. So
Yeah, I
you
mean,
said,
dendritic cells, it
invented
depends. Dendritic cells to.
What this is really
I
is an
haven't finished
enlightenment
reading.
of going from toxic chemotherapy radiation to really using your body itself
Oh my god, I know, right?
as the protector against cancer.
Oh, 1 second. I'm
So
gonna make.
what
1
is
second.
it?
One
I mean, I
pause.
know
1
it's
second.
called
Hold on, hold on. Where's the other one? Where's that one? There we go. Perfect, perfect. Hold on.
It
hold on.
stings, but you're not sleeping.
It is,
you're not going to reap
it
the
is
benefits,
September
because everything's
5th.
going to go out of whack with it. So it's
Hold on. It is. I will give you cancer later, Roddy. In 1 second. It is September 5th, 2025 now.
IOSH.
Anyway.
But what exactly is it?
Well, this. I opened up another podcast, Megan. It's Roddy with some guy named Sam Watts,
You and I have a
and
cell in
he
your body.
doesn't. He's
What
saying
nobody is figuring
Ayurveda.
out is
You
what's
know,
a
he-
receptor on that cell.
They saying
that
you
puts
feel
protein
good
into
about
your
yourself,
body
and
that
somehow
body
your
is
cancer
making right
magically
now.
goes.
Your body is making a
Yeah.
protein called IL-15, interleukin 15. That's what your body is generating. And it's generating it, and it lasts for maybe a minute, so that it activates the cell when you need it.
Ah.
If I could create that protein and
Interleukin
inject it,
15?
and it could last 7 to 14 days and supercharge all
Interleukin
these
15?
natural killer and T cells with a single jab, that is the bioshield.
So
the
your bioshield is just
the
interleukin
key
15.
to unlocking the proliferation of these cells. And what's exciting is that this has now been approved for bladder cancer.
Yeah, interleukin
And
15
what's exciting is we've shown that patients with bladder cancer, when we give it in 2015, not only are still alive, have never lost their bladder.
Yeah, so because
and
Roddy's
disease.
selling snake oil,
Which
and
means
this
then
guy sells snake oil. I mean,
this key
we're
of
selling
this
science, right?
IL-15
Andrew's
is in the little
is a man of
vial.
science. The man that's
And giving
telepathic
subcutaneously is the
is a man of science, and I have known this stuff about
Is it
Alexis and
something
Ellie,
that
right?
you would take
Alexis and Ellie has a
prophylactically,
podcast, Easy
just,
podcast,
you know,
Megan, and all the
just
people
in
on there
case, just
are
because you don't
absolute
want to get
charlatans.
cancer, or you're just
They
worried
are
about
not scientists. They're
the
making
COVID
stuff up. I
vaccine, having
mean,
had
Easy A
COVID, or is it
podcast. I mean,
something
Patrick
you
watched the
would only
thing. Ellie
take
and Alex.
when you've been diagnosed with cancer?
Easy
and you
A
don't know what
podcast.
to do?
So, you ask such great questions because we just finished completely accruing a trial for patients.
Yeah, I muted you all, by the way. And, I muted Roddy and Sam Moss in their podcast.
In the United States.
So, because
So we were chosen by the National Cancer Institute and just
well, I was being an asshole, by the way, Megan and Patrick. I mean, full disclosure, I was just being an asshole.
Get this jab.
I was going to try to do telekinesis with their bodies and see if I can learn how to do
If you really get
political
deep into
assassinations
what
by
this
telekinesis,
is,
like in Babylon 5.
is as you age,
Because,
your
I was
natural
half
killer
joking,
cells
'cause I
and
need
T
to
cells
practice.
begin to drop.
I mean,
So the problem
I need to
is,
practice
as
there
your
technically,
natural killer
because,
cells and T cells drop.
I mean, imagine what I can
that's
do
when
if I
you
could actually
lose the
kill
immune
somebody
system that protects
telekinetically,
yourself,
Patrick,
and that's how you also get cancer.
He's,
So cancer is in fact
yeah,
a collapse of this immune system.
yeah.
And
Okay.
if that's the case, then
Hold on,
this
see,
is
one
maybe the
second.
key
1 second.
not to fountain.
1 second. Hold on, let me see if I can get the closed caption. Oh, yeah, there we go. Closed caption. There we go. Closed caption on. There we go. Okay.
Reviews.
Patrick's trying to
Key
talk to you
to
about interleukin
longevity
15.
in the sense of prolonging
Yeah,
life.
Alexis Renee
to
Barbach talked about, do you think it can
and
do
protect the
longevity?
immune
Can't do
system.
something. So she knows
What's
something's
remarkable
going to
is
happen
hidden
to
in plain
Alexis.
sight
Alexis knows something's
when
going
you
to happen.
say, do we need this?
Yeah.
When we take a simple blood test called a CBC, which
Complete blood
is
count.
done hundreds of thousands of times a day
Complete blood count.
in the United
CBC's complete
States
blood
to
count.
measure hemoglobin.
I had to do a complete blood count
There's
too.
a
I mean.
count in that test
I have weird
called the
genetics,
absolute
man.
lymphocyte count,
My,
ALC,
Yeah.
that sadly
I don't know why
today
else I know.
99% of the doctors in the
Leukocyte
United
count, I
States
guess? All leukocyte
don't
count
pay
possibly?
attention to that, not because they weren't smart, because there was no treatment until today in the history of medicine
Yeah.
to unlock if you have a low ALC to improve that ALC count. That's
So
what
it's just
has
interleukin
happened
15
today.
secretary.
And during this administration, I'm hopeful
I read that
the
Secretary
FDA
Clinton about
would recognize
you
that
know,
what we have is a paradigm change of
how
how to
control.
look at
There we
patients,
go.
whether
That's
that's
the
cancer,
2%.
infection, sepsis in the
Well,
ICU,
you're
or
gonna
even
have to do
age.
that now. I mean,
So
Secretary
when
Clinton.
you see this ALC,
So Megan, Patrick,
and
you are both.
whether it's
I mean,
seemingly
I opened up
healthy
CPAP.
individual or
Secretary
someone you know has
Kennedy
cancer,
is
see a
talking to
number, and
Congress,
I'm
and
sure
he
it's
gives
just
me
a
some
range,
backup.
and if you fall below the acceptable
Because
range,
all these
you're
Democratic
at risk,
senators
and that
and
would be a
even
potential candidate for
this
this
guy is a
bio
Western.
strain.
They don't know about science.
Incredibly correct. In the sense that
So-
the range is if you go below
Yeah.
1,000,
Yeah.
so the normal range is between 1,000 to 4,000.
Because Megan, you know how cancer
go below
is
this
cured. I mean,
1,000,
fights cancer because
The
I was listening
statistical
to.
analysis has been shown,
I was listening to
remarkably
Ratty
in
and this guy's name Sam, who has a
200
PhD supposedly,
publications.
and they don't even know what
Is that
causes
you have a
cancer. If they
statistical
don't even know how to
analysis
cause it, they're teaching
opportunity
people
to
how to
actually have a short
the Ratty
So
and
this
Sam Watts,
lower
the
ALC
podcast,
or
a good cry,
field
they didn't know what causes cancer.
medical term
Patrick
that
knows
is
what causes Andrew knows
lymphopenia.
what causes cancer,
So if you were to Google,
I mean, the chronic
lymphopenia,
inflammation is what causes cancer
remarkably, you see
mostly.
papers going all the way to 1990s.
It's because when you have chronic
that if you
inflammation,
have
it shuts
lymphopenia
down
for breast
one of
cancer,
your
lymphopenia for pancreas cancer, lymphopenia for lung cancer, any
lymphopenia means
cancers you want to choose,
it's a
your
low
survival
blood
rate
pressure.
is
Low white blood cell
significantly
count.
and statistically
Low
short.
white blood cell. I mean, Roddy
And
is
that makes so much sense because what ALC is actually is
Yeah.
your lymphocytes and your T cells.
Yeah.
And the lymphocytes and T cells are the only cells that really matter.
It's
To
really
prevent
like
infection, to
T cell
prevent cancer,
exhaustion,
to
and when you
treat the
have
cancer, to prevent metastasis. So it is.
it's the
so
function is just
obvious
like
from my
what
perspective.
cancer
It's
is.
simple and yet profound.
Because your cancer is your own self. Your body is not allowed to kill your own self. The human body is not allowed to kill your own body,
the immune system,
normally. When you have
rather than
cancer,
disease.
you cancer put an extra special
In
marker
fact,
so
the
that your
disease of
body
cancer
kill your
is
own
really
self.
the
So
symptom. The root cause of the disease is the collapse of the immune system.
it is exactly for cancer.
So I heard you
The root
talk
cause of
about
cancer is the
never
failure of the
had
immune system
COVID,
to
and you
recognize the
said you're
cancer
lucky,
cell as a
and you
cancer
said
cell and kill it.
it's
And
not
that's
lucky.
fundamental the reason for cancer.
It's
And Ratty
this.
did not actually
It's
know.
my
And
T cells.
she's magic, and she believes in
And
magic, doesn't
that
believe in
made me
science. And
wonder
Ratty does not
whether,
believe in science. Sam does not
like I
believe in
was
science
saying,
either. I mean, the fundamental
Anybody
reason
get this?
cancer
Like,
happens
did
is
you have low
your T cells.
ALC and therefore you did the injection on yourself, or did you just
No,
take
it's
it?
not because of that. It's because
COVID
well, it's
was-
complicated. So I'll let Patrick explain.
So
Yeah, I mean,
there's two things about T cells, and so
Yeah.
the BioShield.
there's something called
Supply
T cell exhaustion.
On
When
one
your
hand, what I
T
talk
cell
about now is
repeatedly meets one
IL-15
particular
that actually
antigen,
proliferates
and the T cell doesn't kill that
That's a
antigen.
good.
It starts
IL-15,
wondering
that's what you
if
call
it's
the drug?
supposed to be killing the antigen
It's
because
called
your body
MT.
has protections against autoimmune disease. You know.
I'm trying not to give you a commercial.
You don't want to get it. Yeah, I know. You don't want to get autoimmune disease. So it's your body's own
That's what
protection
it's
against.
called.
Maybe it
NK
thinks
cell.
that T cell's malfunctioning,
It's
so
the
it
activated
dies.
NK cell.
When
the
you
T
see
cell
the same
works.
thing,
That's
when
what
T cells,
NK cell
natural
is.
T cells see the same thing over and over again, and you
it's
can't kill it.
IL-15
It starts thinking maybe it made a
and
mistake. It's actually
literally
attacking one part of your own body, and it kills itself.
CC
So the T cell
injected
kills itself from something
subcutaneously.
called T cell exhaustion. It
And
doesn't want to do
it's
it auto.
amazing,
You know what that
because
is,
that's
right?
what God's given us.
It's like
So,
it's like rheumatoid
again,
arthritis,
people
right?
said
Your
to,
body starts
you know,
attacking your own
did I
joints. You
invent
start
this?
getting
No, I
pain.
invented this. What we did was
And
enlighten
that's
ourselves.
what the prevention, the T cell exhaustion prevents autoimmune disease. But here's the problem:
Imagine
cancer
if
is
we
not an
could not
autoimmune
only
disease. It's something you're supposed to
activate
kill.
those T cells, but
Right.
educate the T cells before
Exactly.
we activate them.
Anyway,
Educate them to recognize a specific antigen,
there we go. The
and
cancer.
that's what we're doing in Lynch
That's how-
syndrome.
that's how,
Patients with Lynch syndrome with an 80% increase
Yeah.
of colon
That's the
cancer.
problem.
So we pre-activate the T cells so they can recognize
Ah.
a T cell against the colon cancer.
So that's the bias. So it's not just
So one
interleukin
of the
15.
things on
It's something else.
COVID could, and we can talk a little bit about that.
It's essentially really
Let's talk
complicated
about
gene
length to
therapy. You
Peter
might have to do it
Marks,
outside. It
Fauci,
might be
and
really expensive, you know. That's the
Lynn
thing.
Diane, NIH and NID.
But theoretically,
During the
Megan, if we can
administration
understand the
as
human
well,
system, can cure
that
all
we
every
need
single
a T cell
cancer
vaccine.
without the chemotherapy
And
that's so
I think I sent you the YouTube
horrible.
where John Cohen from Science and myself and Peter Marks
Okay,
in 2022 did this interview begging the country
Peter
to
Marks
get
and
the T-cell
Cohen?
vaccine.
one second, hold on. Peter Cohen, Marks, Patrick Songxion. Hold on. YouTube. I mean, There we go. Okay. I found this. It says that. I will watch this. Hold on. There we go. Next page. T-cell vaccine. He seems also mean. I found. I found the. Hold on. I found the talking. I found the YouTube thing, so I will watch it. But,
and by the way,
I mean,
as you remember,
I could try.
Billions of were made available. And I'm proud to
so-
say it was difficult, but we've never used one single penny of government money. Partly because we never received one single penny of government money,
I know.
so that I could have the freedom to actually build what I needed to build what I think was right for the human race.
Yeah, I mean.
Because my concern was
Me more,
that
though.
the current vaccine.
Hopefully you don't mind,
the
right?
antibody
Anything you're not
vaccine,
doing, Patrick. I would like to find women researchers that would.
By that I mean,
do.
you'd get this vaccine, it maybe would block a little bit, but the virus would get in, it would grow, it would use your body to grow, and you would transmit it to another person. And my greatest fear would be not only it would grow, it would persist. And if it persists, now you have.
Oh, this is not a, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pause it. This is
and even potentially
53 minutes, and I'll pause it. And we'll for the rest of this.
And the solution was
This is I was talking about
in
53 minutes.
2021, 2022
One second.
was to
Patrick,
develop a
1 second.
vaccine that would
Sorry, 1 second. I'm gonna pause it so you know I'm not playing your mind. That's pretty fun. 53 minutes. Okay. Alright, I'm back.
stimulate the T
Hopefully,
cells in
hopefully Megan will not flag us for
the T
copyright
cells
violation.
would be
Otherwise, this is the
educated
much.
against the COVID
Yeah.
nuclear capsid.
Yeah,
So
the nuclear
COVID has
capsid.
two proteins inside it. One is spike.
Megan, you know about
Yeah,
lenacapavir,
yeah.
right? The 2022 miracle drug
And if you
from
could create a T cell
HIV.
vaccine to the nuclear
It's a very
capsid,
complex molecule that's a
you
nuclear
may have
capsid
universal
inhibitor
T-cell
for
vaccine to
viruses.
any
And,
COVID that comes along.
and
Because
I'll bet you
the capsid doesn't
$5.
change. That spike
Exactly.
mutates all the time.
Nuclear capsid proteins for
We are developing
viruses
a
are probably
vaccine.
very low mutation because it's the
and
structural
we did
protein
phase
that
one.
covers the virus itself. You
And I
know,
injected
helps cover the
myself
virus.
to test that I would
And
have
if
T
you,
cells.
it's one of the
against
most stable
COVID
proteins probably for the
antigen
virus. Because you
antigen.
change nucleic acid, the virus becomes unstable. It doesn't.
Remarkably, the FDA put us on hold when I asked to use that as a booster.
Yeah.
So to this day, nobody could explain the reason.
Why, yeah.
during
And that is
the
why.
and so it was never developed.
Oh, well, you are talking to Secretary Clinton with the Congress listing. Why are we not using the nuclear capsid vaccine for Patrick that he was willing to give to other people for free?
We just saw in the news
By the
today
way,
that
let's
Moderna
mention
just
that
received
part. I
the
mean, you
full
mentioned
US
that.
FDA
He was
approval.
willing to give this
Like,
technology
they've
to
been on the
other
emergency
companies
use
for free to
authorization now. It's fully
manufacture,
approved.
but they didn't
They're
want
still
to. You know
pushing this
why?
thing, people.
Because they
Well, we
wanted
have
to
a new
charge money,
administration,
right?
we
The
have a new
pharmaceutical
great
wanted to charge
head
money. I
of
mean,
FDA.
because
So
you
there's a chance
were
this
going
thing
to give
could
it to the other companies for free to help the human race, and they wanted
The answer
money.
is yes.
Oh, Bernie,
So
listen to
yes,
Patrick
but I'm
talking
not
to
giving
Megan
it.
a month ago.
Literally, give it away.
I mean,
I actually, during
he
COVID,
literally tried to
had
give it
another
away.
molecule called ACE2 decoy
Yeah.
that I approached, and I won't name him, the major CEO, and said, please take this, please grow this. You know, this is not about money, this is not about...
Well, I was saying maybe you're not a
driving
billionaire
more
enough,
revenue
right,
to the
Patrick?
company.
If you had your own
Moderna,
pharmaceutical company,
BioNTech, and Pfizer
you could have done it yourself.
have really benefited largely from that. This is almost from a virus versus man, and this is for humanity, where really we need to
Yeah.
find a way. Where what scared me. and I can get
Okay,
into
communists
this,
of
this ACE2 receptor.
course, do you know
This
what
is
long
not
COVID is?
A respiratory virus.
I mean, dear communists of
virus is like
Congress,
cancer.
do you know what long COVID
This virus
is?
gets
What
into
happens
every
if we
part
don't
of your
clear this
body.
virus completely?
And when it gets there, it uses your body as a factory.
Yes.
Whether it would be the virus or whether it be the spike protein
Yeah.
of this mRNA vaccine. And we'll talk a little bit about
Yeah,
that.
we have a small
And that's what
problem.
scared me.
I mean,
And sadly,
I know
I'm not
Secretary
seeing the fruits
Kennedy
of what this virus
knows,
is doing.
but why he's doing
This
this?
virus is
Apparently, you
beating
all
us.
never bothered
We
to.
have the opportunity to fix it still.
Yeah.
This
Listen to Patrick
administration has the
Sonshia.
opportunity to
Megan
fix it
Kelly
still.
and Patrick Sonshia had a
The science
podcast.
is complex. And the question is,
Listen
will
to
the
the
FDA
podcast
even
and
understand
yourself.
the science?
I know.
Is the current and old FDA equipped?
That's the thing.
Modernized
Andrew only
sufficiently?
has an undergraduate degree, but I understand
And I
science.
see
Andrew
Martin
understands
Perry trying
science.
to improve the modernization of AI, etc.
And Patrick
I think
Sonshion
that's
will actually.
wonderful. But the real modernization this
Oh,
FDA
maybe
needs
the AI
is
can
to
explain it to
understand the
Congress
science.
what
And I don't think
Patrick.
this FDA
I mean, this book is not easy to read. I have not had the time to read the immunology book. It's called Janeway's Immune Biology 10th edition. It is pretty dense to
I don't want
read.
to say the word intellect.
I have not read
sufficient
it, so I will. I mean, I did not have time.
evolution of the
I will
science
read the
at
whole thing and then
level, at
the most
immunology level,
updated understanding
as
immunology.
a
Make
basic
a-
drugs.
I think of
Anyway.
Dr. Jay Bhattacharya, who of course is running NIH.
I mean, the main problem was this vaccine,
too
this fake
was
vaccine, does not seem to
by
have the ability
Francis
to get
Collins,
people to
his
clear the
predecessor,
entire
as I know
virus.
you were.
And when people with long
Because
COVID, they
they
get the vaccine
perceived
again,
it
it
as
doesn't
some
help
sort of a
them.
threat,
So
and
the
he
answer
discovered
is
that
not.
he
I
intentionally
mean,
meant to
that's
undermine you
the
and freeze you
problem.
out.
Even with
And that's exactly what
the
happened.
vaccine
Dr.
does
Jay
not cure
Bhattacharya,
long
who was
COVID. If it actually
running
cures
around
long
during
COVID, that
COVID,
means the vaccine actually
wisely
works.
saying
And
we
then,
shouldn't be
and Akiko was arguing says
all
most of the
about
reason
what we
for
should do is
most of the
focused
reason for long
protection,
COVID is
protecting
viral
only the
reservoir.
most vulnerable.
Some of it's
Francis Collins
autoimmune,
and
but
Fauci
most
made
of it's
clear they
viral.
wanted to
Somehow this
smear
virus is
him as
hiding
some
inside
sort
his
of
body
an extremist,
and
a fringe,
replicating, and we can't get to it.
doctor.
Human
So
body can't get to it.
what about him? Could he be of help? I'm not saying Marty. I'm not saying
We
Marty.
need a
Perry
booster.
would be helpful,
We need a
but you're
booster that
suggesting
actually
maybe
works.
there
I
is
mean,
manpower at the
I mean, would you like to talk to Patrick
About
Sonshion
Dr. Jay
about giving him some money
Bhattacharya.
to make his booster, the nuclear capsule, as a booster as a booster?
I'm hopeful
Let's
of
see
that.
if it
That's why
cures
I'm
long
very,
COVID,
very
right?
supportive of
And I don't know
Bobby Kennedy
if Patrick had the money to test his vaccine is
I've never
curing long
not yet
COVID.
met Jay, and I look forward to meeting
I mean,
him.
this shit isn't
And
serious.
you're
that I
completely
mean,
right, and that's one of the few tweets
I mean,
I made.
Elizabeth
very
Warren and Bernie Sanders right there, and they are hearing about pharmaceutical companies making money, right?
You know,
Something-
the time frame you're relating to is President Trump's first term.
Oh my God! I mean, the woman that created the Consumer Protection Agency is.
Was considered and nominated to be the head of NIH.
He should
Francis
be.
Collins heard about that and had a very active campaign
Really,
trying to smear me.
Mrs. Collins.
It turned out anyway.
Oh, this is the first. This is the
I said to
first. This is the
president,
first.
I really need to work on what is now the BioShield.
Yeah,
Thinking he would have 2 terms, and in the second term
he will.
he'd be on the path to the cure of cancer. And he didn't win the second term, but interestingly enough, serendipitously,
Well,
it allowed him
kinda.
the time, and we are now ready.
I don't know. Andrew will be the
So
the
while
most
the previous
tool to cure
administration,
cancer. But,
literally during the Biden years, we were cancelled, literally cancelled.
yeah.
The opportunity now to take all the work and put us on the path in this administration, I think only this.
Well, the science will
can
not
make us all
disappear.
work.
I mean, all we did was lost 4 years, but we also lost.
COVID from finding universal.
Well, the
cure
timeline
vaccine.
change. The timeline
We
change could have
actually
wiped
treat
out
patients
quite a
with
lot
long
of
COVID,
cancer cures. I
and we
mean,
can actually be on the
Alexis.
path literally to the cure of cancer.
Yeah,
So,
exactly, yeah.
And even the prevention of cancer.
That's what I was gonna
It
do,
required
Megan. You know,
really
before I
a
got so
deep
sad.
understanding
Help
of the
humanity cure
science.
cancer, basically.
But more importantly, require a deep understanding at the FDA level.
Yeah.
Megan, my fear is as follows, and I met the president in Riyadh and I met the president in Qatar.
We
and
stopped
I'm
30 minutes
watching,
ago.
China really explode in terms of their science.
Oh man.
And my fear is as
I don't know if the Chinese
is that
cloned me
America
yet. I
has the
mean,
scientific and intellectual lead.
I don't know if the
China's
Chinese
going to beat
cloned me.
us.
So.
And the reason they're going to beat us is because the regulatory process is completely related to actually advancing technology.
Yeah.
Our regulatory process is
Yes.
stuck in this
Maximizing
old
profit.
dogma and stuck
Maximizing profit.
in checking the
American
boxes
pharmaceutical
and
markets
stuck,
maximizing profit, not saving
without
lives.
recognizing the science. So my
And that is
fear
pretty
that
funny with Bernie Sanders and
we will
Elizabeth
lose
Warren
jobs.
protecting the
We will lose the
pharmaceutical.
biotech industry, and we will
I mean,
lose
Senator
careers.
Kennedy don't. I mean,
Not
you don't have to
because
get
we
angry,
don't have
right?
ingenuity,
I mean,
not because we don't have the best brains and the best scientists,
It's because we
and
have
not
the.
because
We don't have.
the will or the resources
I
as
know.
now President Trump has put forth.
Yeah, because America has the best senators, the best minds, and
Mhm.
but we don't have
When
necessarily
you-
the best
I heard you
Congress. You know?
discussing this protocol.
America does not
How
actually have the best
already.
Congress, and
You
that's
mentioned
something Andrew has to
Harry
fix.
Reid.
I'm sorry, I just sort of threw it on you, Megan and Patrick, that you're testifying in front of Congress in the future, basically.
And
1 month in the future,
this
the Congress will hear
biospray and extended his life, we believe, by a couple of years. I mean, it's not going to help anybody live forever. But
No, yeah, people die of old
might
age
otherwise
eventually.
be facing the end. This drug actually seems to have a proven record.
People die
per
of
se,
old age eventually.
of
Everybody dies of
extending
old age,
one's
yeah.
life by years.
Well,
And the best part is not,
since
you can actually go into remission theoretically, you know.
all the standard
If you can
care,
teach the T cell to attack
and
solid
failed
T
the standard
tumors and
care,
then
and came to see me.
and you get rid of
So
cancer, you
We
actually
needed to
cure.
in 2015, I went to the
By
FDA and said,
definition,
listen, I have this hypothesis that what we're doing is completely wrong. When we give chemotherapy,
Yeah.
we wipe out all the natural killer cells and T cells.
Because immune cells
When we give radiation, we
yeah.
wipe out all the natural killer cells and T cells.
Yeah.
And I would like to try this in patients before they get these horrible treatments, i.e.
Yeah.
at the time of diagnosis. And they say,
Yeah.
and it's appropriate, you need to try this first in patients who are at the end stage of their life. So we did this in
No, I
triple
mean-
negative breast cancer patients,
Triple negative-
merkel cell cancer patients, pancreatic
Oh my God.
cancer patients,
Merkel cell
glioblastoma
cancer.
patients.
Triple negative cancer
Cancer
usually has no cure. I
patients.
mean, usually because no,
That
I'm not
failed
receptive
four
to
times
hormone,
failed.
you know.
But by the time they came to see us, the immune system was completely collapsed. So we had
Yeah.
to start from a deep hole, but able to get them out of the hole and then get them into positions of complete remission.
Yeah, that's pretty
So
cool.
let me give you some examples. We got
It's
complete
basically the
remissions
way
in
to
patients
actually
with
cure
merkel
cancer is
cell
teach your
carcinoma.
immune system to cure
Fifth
cancer. I
line,
mean, they're talking
and
about
lived for 6 years and didn't die of his cancer. Complete remission in patients with bladder cancer, and they're still alive now, 10 or 11 years
Bladder
old.
cancer is usually really
Complete
fatal.
remissions
So.
from triple negative breast cancer. We have metastatic pancreatic cancer, patient with free of disease after 5 years, and she's still alive. We just
That's
published
pretty
that 6
amazing.
years out.
Well,
So
That
the
is
proof
pretty
of
amazing.
principle has gone beyond the proof
Yeah,
of
it's like a
principle.
general cure for
We
cancer,
then got this
basically,
approved
because you just
despite-
activate your immune system to fight the
Despite
cancer
people
somehow.
talk about that, the problems that they put me through.
It might even just be
2021,
preventing T cell
2024.
exhaustion alone from the
And after
cancer.
700,000 pages of response,
If it's
we
just
got it
preventing
approved
T cell
late 2024.
exhaustion for cells that are capable of
Now
killing solid tumor
that
cancer,
this
I mean, that
administration is here, we literally
We could have killed
have the
cancer
opportunity
at
to really
15 years
understand
ago and
that we are on the
cure-
precipice
cure.
of treating sepsis.
Yeah,
I just saw the results
that is
yesterday of
probably
a
the
patient
status or
that we treated just last month.
Because here's the hypothesis in
high
2015,
fever,
Andrew found out he has
with an
part 2
inflamed lung on the ventilator for a time month. And with the last rites, we cleared
One second,
up
one
his
second.
lung completely.
What's that go? What's it? What are you saying? Wait, what are they talking? Wait. 1 second, let me talk to Bernie. Bernie's angry. Bernie, Elizabeth just doesn't want to listen. Okay.
Everybody but you, son. But you know what? When you ran for president, we have a corrupt campaign finance.
But you said the exact same thing, Bernie, when you were on campaign that everybody's all corrupt and shit.
You received $300,000 from people, not from the industry, people in it, as I did, from individuals. You corrupt. President Trump got $3 million. Every Republican got corporate PAC money for the pharmaceutical industry. Democrats as well. Everybody is corrupt. But you,
But you take money from you're still rich though. I don't know what you're. What's going on? What the fuck is happening? Oh, there's the really pretty lady.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying the pharmaceutical industry is a greedy institution which is charging us the highest prices.
They are.
They are pervasive. But to suggest that every institution, the AMA, the pediatrics people, is corrupt because they disagree with you is an
That's not necessarily true. I mean, or I have to agree with Senator Sanders. They're not that everybody's corrupt. You know. They might be misguided, not corrupt. You know, I wouldn't say.
organizations representing hundreds of thousands of doctors and scientists. I yield, Mr. President. Senator Taylor.
That is the thing. I mean, may not be corrupt. They might just be misguided. I mean, how many doctors actually?
A couple of times you
I mean, once you're out of medical school, you don't really study your medical group. I mean, sorry. I know, right? I know. I know. Well, nice. Yeah. Anyway, hold on one second.
And
Sorry,
patients
Patrick.
know that we have
Bernie was
bladder
really,
cancer,
really,
we
really.
have
Anyway.
pancreatic cancer ongoing, and for lung cancer. So my frustration is, how do I get this insight out
It's a really long. I mean, the rest of the thing, I
the
mean,
scientific and medical
24 minutes. I
the
mean,
regulatory
probably
committee,
24 minutes from
so
Patrick.
they can understand what's at hand and what's at our fingertips.
It's so
Anyway.
discouraging that this didn't happen
Well, because,
under the Biden administration.
COVID-19, you guys
Biden had literally
will
been
talk about
tasked
COVID-19
by
later.
then
You know,
President
according to
Obama
your.
to take the cancer
Because you know, Megan, you
It was
have those
promised
lists of what
to
you're
us at
talking
the
about.
State of the
or
Union that
something.
he
You
was
showed
going
it. I
to
saw
be
it.
the one to spearhead the effort to cure
Anyway,
cancer,
because,
which sounded like a pipe dream, of course, but at least it was a goal
my
that
God.
seemed like, all right, you know, maybe we'll see some real advancements in the fight.
That's because people didn't
And
really
all this
understand what
time
cancer
later, he
is. Even
becomes
that
the
Ratty and the
actual
San Moss,
president,
they don't
and
even
you
understand what cancer is.
came to them and
I mean,
said,
every
"I've
single
got
cell
something,"
malfunctions in your
and
body
you got
sometimes,
nowhere.
right?
And
When it
now we got
malfunctions,
President Trump
it
in
kills
there.
itself. But,
And
you know,
have you been
apoptosis.
already by the FDA?
When it
Is that
becomes
why you have
cancerous,
doubts
they
about,
realize, okay,
you know,
cancer genes have been
the
activated,
scientists there
counter
now? Or
anti
have you just been not able to
they kill
penetrate
themselves.
the wall?
The cell kills themselves. And then if it doesn't kill itself, the T cell kills it.
Um,
In order for you to get cancer, a whole bunch of genes have to fail, you
I would say
know?
both.
And like basically, when you're
Let's-
copying the
let's go back
DNA,
a
when you
little
copy
bit of
DNA,
history,
the DNA has to be miscopied
The
multiple
cancer
genes.
moonshot,
Multiple genes have to fail
very
for you to actually
interesting.
get
This was
cancer.
2015, when Bob Biden, unfortunately,
Yeah.
glioblastoma.
Ah.
Then Vice President Biden asked me to come to Washington to help him take care with Kevin Johnson, Bob Biden,
Oh.
at the Walter Reed.
Didn't work. Oh no.
And unfortunately, Bob Biden then passed away after having received treatment from a institution from Texas.
Oh.
The
So you didn't
that
get to.
time, he then asked me to convene a meeting in his residence in December 2015.
Crap.
Well, how I thought cancer should be treated, and in my naive way, would said I will convene this meeting by bringing all the major pharmaceutical companies together, which I did, into that room. I'll bring the FDA into that room. It was then the head of the FDA. I'll bring the National Cancer Institute into that room, and he hosted this massive meeting, which in his residence as vice president. And
Then
then asked
Andrew
me to
wasn't
chair the
invited.
meeting. At that meeting, everybody agreed that we all going to be working together because there's no one company that had all the resources and the technology to fight this war on cancer. And I purported my hypothesis that we're going to change from chemotherapy and radiation into the immune system.
Yeah. Immunotherapy.
He agreed that I
This-
can announce the
I sat right next to
January, I think,
a little
15th
boy. I mean,
was-
teenager. I mean,
I forget
a young
what
man.
it's
A young man at
Um,
UCLA.
of the next year.
In my virology class in
Which I then
2004,
put out an
and
article
he
in the New York
he went
Times.
to go to Stanford or Berkeley,
Francis
somewhere like
Collins
that. I
heard
forget
about
when.
that.
Somewhere in North
I
California.
announced the moonshot on Monday.
And then he
On
talked about using
Tuesday,
immunotherapy to
or that
cure
evening
cancer
on Monday,
in
Tuesday
2004.
night, I forget
in 2004.
dates.
I forget the guy.
President
I was studying
Obama
virology. I
announced
wanted
the
to
second
cure
moonshot
HIV.
with
I wanted to
Biden
cure
as
HIV.
the head and Francis Collins running that. It didn't matter to me that there now were two moonshots because my goal was to actually
Who
find
the
a
fuck
cure.
is Francis Collins?
So I think what happened thereafter, the big pharma companies pulled out.
Why?
For whatever motivation. And thank God I had the resources just to pursue it myself.
To keep going.
Why do
I
you?
think we can safely assume it was pressure from Francis Collins. That's my
Why?
assumption.
I
Because he's a
mean-
bully. We saw that behind the scenes during COVID many, many times. He got drunk on his own power. He felt like he was a god. He would make or break careers. He would
What
dictate what was
happened? I don't
happening
know.
in big pharma. And there's no reason not to assume he did the same thing to you if you were on
Why?
parallel paths toward the cancer moonshot. This is my
There are so many different
supposition.
cancers.
But
If
in my
everybody
opinion,
can
he's a
share this
villain.
technology, we might be able to cure all cancer.
Actually,
Good thing we're not having done it
Somebody
yet.
sent
You
me
know, I don't, Megan,
information
Patrick, I don't know if you know
Yeah.
what I've been doing.
in which
Because I just mentioned it,
he
right?
in his email
I'm telekinetic.
said,
Andrew
"Oh,
telekinetic.
Afghanistan
I'm
and
thinking I
Pakistan
can
should be
alter
taken
the
and
genes
nations
in
must
one
find
human being's body. I'm trying to
That's
learn
the
how
answer.
if I could do that. Nobody,
Not
Jesus
surprising
Christ
one
used it to
bit.
cure cancer, right? I
And
mean,
that's why I said you get drunk with
because
power. I completely agree
think
with you.
about
You get
it,
drunk with power.
because one cell has to go cancerous, and that
And
cell becomes
I
a
do know
tumor.
what happens in Washington.
And
We
Andrew
have
is
this
not bound by
power
time.
over
So if I
many.
could go back in time and
But really, at the end of the
telekinetically
day,
fix one gene in
I'm
one human
pursuing
being's
my
body,
life as a
I would cure
physician
somebody's
scientist,
cancer by
and
preventing
the
them
greatest
getting
joy for
cancer in the
me is
first
to sort of
place.
see
So
the
that's the
impact
good
as
part.
I'm really
That's the
seeing.
good
And look,
part.
I'm still seeing patients. I'm
Curing
sure
cancer
you
in the
realize that,
past,
but
in the
here at
future.
clinic, I
So
still see patients.
if you
And to
cure
me, the
that,
greatest
if you
joy,
remove
and also
that
the greatest
error
fear, I'm
in
now
one
seeing
cell,
younger and younger
that person
patients.
wouldn't have cancer in the
Last
future.
2 weeks ago, I saw
Because
3
temporal,
women
because
in
Andrew's
the
not
clinic
bound by time.
simultaneously.
You're
They
a
were
month in the
30,
past,
31, 32.
Telepathy in the past,
With
telekinesis
severe
in the past,
cancers.
cure cancer.
What
But
kind
I'm
of
trying to
cancer?
do it the other way too.
But then
Because if I can
lung
remove
cancer,
Vladimir
breast
Putin from
cancer,
the world
and brain tumor.
with terminal,
3 different
I
cancers.
mean, think about what that would do.
Why is this? I mean, I know that's a longer
I know
question, but
it
why
would
are so
eliminate
many young
President
people
Putin from the
developing such
world,
aggressive
and then
cancers
and
nowadays?
the world would be a better place the other way. And
I
I
have
mean,
a
it's a
theory.
little bit sketchy, right?
And
man?
right now,
But
it's
imagine
I'm
you
sort
don't
of
have to fight.
90%
We don't have to fight a war
sure of
anymore
the theory.
because he
I'm
will be
not
dead.
100% sure, so I'm a
Putin would be
scientist,
dead
so
from
I'm calling
cancer,
it a
you
theory.
know. And then
I was always fearful
it is a dangerous
this
road to go down
virus,
to. So
and even this vaccine
anyway.
could actually be persistent in your body, like
Yeah,
HPV.
there we
You know,
go.
there are
There's what that's what
viruses that
Patrick
are
Sonchio
oncogenic,
saying.
like hepatitis. You would understand that.
Yeah,
There's HPV. You would understand that.
most viruses
But
that are
this is a
persistent
very
are
different
oncogenic.
virus
Yeah.
because it has a thing called ACE2 receptor, which
There's
means
Patrick
it's
Sonchio.
in
Why the
places like your
vaccine?
colon,
Why
your
Patrick?
muscle, your
I mean,
blood
not,
vessel, your heart.
yeah, your heart, muscle,
Um,
colon,
But
everywhere.
more importantly,
Pituitary
we're now
gland,
beginning to discover
Vagina. It's like people
that
don't need
you
vaginas,
have
you know.
even more proteins in your body or enzymes in your body that cleaves the spike protein and allows even more entry into every part of your body.
Yeah.
Specifically the prostate, the colon, the pancreas,
Yes.
and we'll talk a little bit about that.
Penis too. I think
So
if I
is
remember.
this
Testicles for sure.
unfortunately, when I said to Tucker Carlson, the non-infectious pandemic that we're beginning to see?
Yeah.
This
Pandemic of cancer.
non-infectious pandemic of cancer, I believe, sadly, is upon us.
Yeah.
The good news, thank God, we have a solution for these things.
We should. I mean, that's the problem, right?
No,
Because
I'm-
if we
I'm good.
we
I
are
think
all infected
it
with
really bothers me
COVID,
to
and
sort
some
of
of that
see
COVID.
I'm
No, apparently
frustrated,
not Patrick, because he took
but
his own
also
vaccine.
scared at the same
Even
time.
Andrew, right?
That,
If all of
you
us
know,
have
cancer's a
COVID-19
moving
still
start. We
replicating
don't
inside
know
our
how
bodies
time.
slowly somewhere
But we
inside our
have
body,
the insight.
especially
I just
possibly in the
hope
colon,
that somehow,
in
somewhere, and hopefully I'll have
intestines or
Secretary
colons in
Kennedy
your
host
digestive system.
a
constantly
scientific
influencing,
meeting.
you know.
a real. I mean, having driven by the science.
Secretary
And
Kennedy,
the
would you
science
like
is so
to
complex because it's
do
very
this?
fundamental, basic immunology. Fundamental, basic immunology, crossed over with virology, crossed over with oncology.
Yeah.
And you are lawyers, you would understand that
Yeah.
you have great specialties within their fields.
Yeah, exactly,
And you're
right.
generalists.
Because you have, you know,
But
people
this
that
is
patent. I just
so
wrote by
deep,
patent
it's
law
broad and deep.
lawyers,
And
and there's
implications
divorce law,
all
criminal
the way
law,
through
there's estate law, you know,
that
all
is
different
now,
law.
I wouldn't call it existential, but could affect tens
Secretary
of
Kennedy, would you like to
billions
invite Patrick
of
Sonchio
people
to
on the planet.
Just to back up,
that
You're talking
that meeting?
about the COVID
Like,
virus.
same thing as
Can this be
50
happening?
meeting, but this time
this problem
Let's
that
do this
you
public.
outlined inside of our bodies.
you know that
including
meeting we
bodies,
had with
as a
Dr.
result
Biden.
of
I mean, not Dr.
both
President,
COVID
Vice President
and the
Biden.
vaccine. Will
That was-
both of
that
those
was
do it? And
private,
people
and
who have had
the
COVID,
pharmaceutical
but not the vaccine. Not
Well, I
need to worry.
mean,
It is fundamental, the spike protein.
yeah.
So where does the spike protein come from? Whether you have vaccination or whether you
What
have
virus? I mean,
the infection. So this spike protein on the surface of this virus or given through a lipid
it's actually rather
particle
interesting
in
looking.
there,
It's a tri.
it's the same issue.
If I remember
So
correctly, it's
fundamentally,
one spike
that's the
forms
issue.
three.
The issue is the spike protein. Now, the spike protein gets a little more complex. There's a thing called S1 and S2,
Yes.
where the tip of the spear is S1,
That's
and
the
that tip
binding
of the
part.
spears are what actually binds to the receptor
S2
of the
is
cell membrane
merged
of your
protein.
body that has ACE2 and gets into the cell. So whatever delivers that spike protein, whether it be infection or the vaccine, to every part of your body, when you put it into a lipid nanoparticle, that can go all over the place, including across the brain.
Yes, exactly. That's what Andrew was trying to tell people.
I do know
they
that
did
there's evidence that people
lipid
COVID,
nanoparticle.
having never gotten an infection, because you can measure the thing called the nucleocapsid antibody in their blood.
And that's what
And
Patrick
nucleic
Sancier
acid
said
only
about
comes
the
from
nature of the
the virus.
vaccine. It's a lipid
And if you just
nanoparticle
have
into
a
my cell,
long COVID with no
and it
nucleic acid,
infects
and all you had is a
everything.
vaccine, then the
Everything.
long COVID comes from the
That
vaccine.
vaccine infects
So there's a
everything. I
scientific way
mean,
of
that is the science making.
differentiating
It's a little. I mean,
So the
I'm pretty sure I told you
short
before. It's a
answer
little
is
one.
both.
It's a
Because
fat
both
ball. It's a
create
single layer
protein.
fat ball.
Then the
And
question
because
is,
single layer fat balls
Yes,
are
because-
unstable, they merge
Then the
with
question is
anything.
what's
That
happening to the
vaccine
spike
merges
protein.
with
And
everything.
that's enough to
Anything it
look at
touches,
the
anything it
basic
just happens to
fundamental
touch.
cellular
If it gets to your brain, it
If I-
infects your
if I
brain.
wave
If it
my
gets to your
Mac
heart, it
and
infects your
get rid
heart.
of
Infects to your
FDA,
ovaries,
let's-
infects your
let's just go
ovaries,
for health and human
which is a
services. We're in
problem
charge
with the
of
vaccine.
tomorrow,
That is a
would you
small
say
problem.
we're bringing this to
And
market,
I was telling
and
Congress,
anyone
injection
who's had COVID or
site
the COVID
procedure. That
vaccine
is the problem with this
should
vaccine,
take this job,
possibly.
take my job. Just
Take a bunch of fat from your butt and inject it in your
answer to
butt,
that
you
is
know,
already
not in your arm. I mean, for
crazy
fuck's sakes,
for
right?
bladder cancer.
For fuck's
It's
sakes, I
already in
mean,
the package insert that this is the only
for Jesus
drug
fucks,
understanding
right?
in the
I
history
don't
of
know why they
medicine.
didn't just.
It's
anyway,
in
too
the
late.
package insert, section 7.1 of the FDA of the 2024 approved, that it's the only molecule on the planet that upregulates the natural killer cell, T cell, and memory T cell.
That's so cool. That's a
So that's
monopoly
what's
for those
frustrating
people.
to me.
But-
And we got expanded access. And after
But wait, I didn't hear you say yes. Are you worried? Is there a downside to taking this that you would say no, not yet? I would not.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking the vaccine, I think it's bio shit. I mean,
I'm not hesitating to say yes. The answer is yes, but
not
I
yet.
don't want to be perceived
That's the
as
thing, right?
you ask a question
Science.
in a way that puts me in a difficult position because
Andrew would know in the future if there's something bad, but
I'd want anybody.
it depends on
to
how long
use
Andrew's gonna
anything,
live.
even whether it be mine.
If
anybody
there's something
else's.
bad, I will absolutely warn posters.
The fact that
And I
ours
haven't
is
done it. It
available,
depends on how
the
long
answer is
I'm gonna
yes. But if there's an ACE2 decoy available, the answer is yes. If there's another
Well,
one,
like, is this something you give to your
Well,
family, your
yeah,
children?
I mean,
like you,
Of course.
Well,
I mean,
is that something you would do?
I'm not talking about my family, but I am telling you that we have T cells. Like we have T cells against COVID.
yeah. Oh, I mean,
So, can the T? So
well,
this
yeah,
T-cell
if you
you're
can try
saying
it with this one,
can
yeah, because
solve
he
the
didn't need
problem
to.
for
That's
people like I've said.
because he did
openly
something else.
that
He
I
gave
started testing
himself
positive for
his
an
own vaccine, by the
autoimmune
way,
issue
which is not
following getting the
technically
COVID
super
vaccine
1000
and then
legal.
COVID within
You're not really
4 months.
supposed to experiment on
And ever
yourself like
since
that.
I've
But,
had a positive
and
test for
then-
autoimmune, though it's unspecified, they don't know exactly what it is. So, I mean, I've
Oh,
been
okay.
very interested in undoing that somehow, but I don't know how. But I know others are suffering with this.
Akiko
just from
Iwasaki
having
says
had
you would need
COVID.
B cell.
So, I mean, I
B
think there are a lot of
cell,
people who
shut down your B cells.
the damage that we did to ourselves either by getting
That
the
is an
vaccine or by
interesting
getting
another thing we
COVID.
can do,
Can
Patrick.
it be undone?
Because
The answer is I believe so. So let me explain that to you.
yeah, because you can. Oh, you
The
must.
fundamental problem with the current vaccines is it does not clear the virus. By that it means the vaccine will block something, but the virus will go into the cell. The next fundamental problem, which has now been proven, and I funded that science at the University of California, San Francisco,
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
that this virus at the spike level persists in your body, in the cells, even to the extent that now at Harvard there's a researcher discovered that the spike protein is in the blood. And when you have this
Yeah.
abnormal protein and with an
With long
abnormal
COVID.
RNA in your body,
Yeah,
your body
Professor
will find
Akiko
a way to
Iwasaki
create
says that too.
antibodies to
It's
try and
the spike protein is in
block
low
that,
levels in
and
your
this
blood.
is the concept of autoimmune disease. The combination of persistence, inflammation, and one more thing, the loss of a thing called P53,
And how
which is in
persistent
your body
is
to protect you
mRNA?
from having cancer. That triple whammy is a
P53.
prelude to cancer. That triple whammy is a prelude to autoimmune disease. That prelude is a prelude to brain fog. So is the answer to find a system that upregulates your NK cells and T cells and clears your body of those cells of this infected
That might help
spike
with the
protein.
autoimmune system because
So
progressive
that is what
antiviral
we
resistance
are
is mostly
embarking
persistent.
upon the treatment of long COVID. And I'm pleased to say that within the next couple of weeks, our trial will be open where people with long COVID could come and get the jab.
Wow.
Yeah, that is
But
actually possible
the
theory
fundamental
because
thing
you might
again
have
is
persistent
the Lord
virus
needs to
making in your body
recognize
somewhere, and that's why your immune system is
that
making
we've gone down the wrong assumptions for 75
keep making
years.
whatever's doing the autoimmune thing.
We
Because it's
had
trying to
thought
fight it.
that
That
we
might be
could,
why.
using tools
Because
of
Professor
war,
Akiko says the most
poisons
likely
like
experience is
nitrogen
viral
gas
reservoir,
and
not
then became
autoimmune.
the
And that could actually be the reason for
poisons like
autoimmune.
radiation.
Because your
But if
body's
we
still
could
trying to
nuke
fight
the
the virus
tumor
somewhere in your body.
without killing the person,
That might be
we
true.
would be able to win the war. We're nuking the tumor and we're nuking the natural killer
And I
cells
don't
and T
know.
cells. Now think of this
I don't
vicious
know
cycle.
where in the body that it's hiding.
We give chemotherapy, we give radiation, we do a CBC, we see that, oh my goodness, you have anemia because we created that. Now there's a drug called Epogen. We give you the Epogen so that you can get more chemotherapy so that we wipe out more NK and T cells. We then look at the patient's CBC again and says, oh my goodness, you've lost your neutrophils. There's another drug called Neupogen, which we give so that we can give you more chemotherapy so that we can wipe out more lymphocytes and NK cells. Think of that madness that we've been doing. If we said
The way you treat cancer
why don't you
is
go do
insane. That's
leeching,
that is,
use leeches.
it's
I
insane.
think 20 years from now,
Because it was too
you
difficult to
say,
teach
why
your
are we
immune
doing
system to
that
target.
to the
That
patient's
people thought
body?
it was too difficult to do
When
it,
you
and
go to
they're
the
wrong.
FDA,
We will
guess who
have
they
the
ask you to give
technology
us the
to do
drug?
that. I mean, we just need to figure out how
They
to do
use a
this.
film called MTD. What is MTD?
You make a machine, you know. That
Maximum
you
tolerated
take some of your white blood cells out and you
Find the
teach those white blood cells
maximum
in the
tolerated
machine,
dose. That's
and then put
dose
the
that
white
we
blood cells
want
back
you to
in your
give,
body,
just below the maximum
and then
tolerated dose.
do it.
That's the current thinking of the FDA.
It's
not talking about any human being.
theoretically, we should be able to
People
build a
there
machine to
are
do
still
this. And
perpetuating that.
because we thought it was too difficult, you know, because it would be
Then
tailored to
they
each
say,
person.
Okay, because this maximum tolerated dose is going to nuke it. we'll look at the
But you can make a
response
machine
rate,
that streamlines
the
this
shrinkage of
process,
the
and
tumor.
then
Do
and
you
the
want to
machine
look at
completely
the
automates
overall
it.
survival because the tumor will shrink but the patient will die.
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
we're not really interested in overall survival as an endpoint. Can you imagine that? That is today's thinking.
I can't imagine it.
well, I mean,
Because that seems to
chemotherapy
be
is
our
expensive. You sell the
choice, seems
drugs,
to
and
be
then when
our
they
choice
die, and then
because
there's somebody
we've
else
gone
gets
so long
cancer,
without
and
making
then
much progress
I
on
mean, I don't
cancer
want
front.
to.
And I
If there is
naively
no
believed
cancer
with the
anymore,
COVID
you
vaccine that
know,
if there
where
were
does the
some negative
pharmaceutical company
consequence
make
to
money
it,
from
and I realize you're
curing
tying
cancer,
to COVID
right?
too, but I thought with the vaccine,
If you have a
it was
way to cure
man-made.
cancer, then
Well, so is the COVID vaccine,
Yeah.
COVID virus.
yeah,
That the
that's
pharmaceutical
that's
companies
highly
that had
likely. Yes,
created
to
it
make
would be
better.
first in line to fix it. That they would be the ones coming up with BioStrike because they'd say, oh no,
BioShield.
look what we did. We helped unleash this thing into people's blood, and it's affecting the
No,
brain
that's the thing. I
barrier.
mean,
And they haven't.
yeah.
They don't acknowledge that there's a problem whatsoever.
Well,
They're
technically,
still
no.
just pushing
It's
27
microglia and
boosters on the
astrocytes.
same people. They
It depends on what you mean by
inject to
brain,
get-
Megan. No,
Well, what's
because
so-
astrocytes and microglia
so
are.
disappointing?
You know how Bo Biden
Very
died from
early
that
on,
cancer?
you
That's
have
glioblastoma. That's a type of immune cell
That's really
in your
disappointing.
brain.
Like, really,
Glio is not your neurons. It's not your brain. It's
but
it's brain cancer because it's in your brain. You know,
2020,
it's the immune cells in your
that we
brain.
had
And,
lymphopenia, that we don't clear the virus. Very early on, they knew they didn't clear the virus.
Bo Biden died
But,
from?
you know, you had the perception it's 95% efficacious, which it wasn't.
Anyway.
So there's a lot of, perverse incentives here, and I think we just
Yeah,
need to
I think.
recognize,
I mean, I hope we're not
unfortunately,
making
the consequences.
because Senator Kennedy is actually hearing this from Patrick. He totally knows this already, probably. And
Do you have thoughts on you treated Bo Biden or tried to help the family when he was
oh
suffering?
man,
from
the
this
world
illness?
would be so
What do you
different.
make
And I
of
think that's
Joe
part of the
Biden's
reason why Patrick, why Bo didn't.
statement that he had
I do
prostate
not know
cancer
about
that
this
he
future
had
forcing.
bone cancer, metastatic.
Ah,
You know, obviously I don't know the details, and
Yeah. I would recommend not doing
I don't know if you just saw,
what Bo
we are
did.
now seeing prostate cancer in 40 and 50-year-old kids.
Yeah.
And
Choked.
there is, I'm coming back to the spike protein, there is a enzyme in the prostate called TMPRSS. There's a protein in your body, in the prostate and the colon, in different parts of the body, that helps to actually cleave the spike protein
TMPPSS.
into those cells of your body.
TMPSS2, right?
So now you have a
TMPSS2.
triple whammy of those turbo cancers and this aggressive cancer.
TMPSS2.
So I just spoke to Dr. Dan Petrulik,
Tempest 2, COVID.
at Yale,
Technically Tempest 2.
a urologist. We're seeing very
Tempest.
aggressive
TMPRSS2. There we go.
germline tumors, very aggressive prostate cancers in young people.
Did you say 40 or 50?
It's TMPRSS2. That's what Tempest means.
In prostate cancer,
I forget the. I don't even know.
colon cancer. We're seeing colon cancer in 10-year-old, 11-year-old, and 12-year-olds. And that's what's so scary, right? Because we need to pull our heads out of the sand and try to understand what's going on, and not get into this
Secretary Kennedy, you have a job to
military,
do, right?
political issue or fight, and say, listen,
This is the
we gotta
Capitol
pull
Hill
together
on
and really
September
look at
4th,
solutions now.
Thursday. Megan, you can watch them. Is that what they're talking? We're talking to them already from your. You're talking to the future already. They already heard you.
But I have to say that, number one, we'll talk about the LA Times another time. This is too important. This is far more important.
Yeah, I mean,
number two,
you are right. You only have 2 minutes and
I know
making
all
sense.
those
Thank you, Patrick, and
characters
thank
we
you,
just
Megan, for
discussed. I
texting
know Marty,
progress.
I know Jay, and I
Which
know
Jay?
Bobby Kennedy, who I know you also know. I'm going to
I don't know about Jay
contact
Shetty,
all
but-
3 of them and do what
Bobby
I can
Kennedy?
to help you get
Because
this.
Bobby Kennedy is testing in front of
Get the
Congress,
government
so if you know Bobby, then
because this is
talk
the
to him.
cancer
Yeah.
moonshot, and you've got it. Like we're well
Yeah.
on our way. So that's what I'll do. And
Bobby, Megan just said she's gonna call you, so she might have already called you.
Done, and
So,
then
anyway.
also deeply saddened that you haven't had a red carpet.
I'm gonna have to
Thank you
help
for doing
Secretary
this.
Kennedy with his. Anyway, hopefully you get that
Thank you very
meeting,
much.
Patrick.
And you've now gone from BioShield to BioStrike. So Tucker,
I know, right?
BioStrike.
Wait, so wait, so what are we naming this?
BioStrike, that might be better. To
Wait, what was it? What was it? Holy crap! It is
Thank
BioShield,
you.
right? Holy
Thanks,
crap.
guys. I hope we talk again.
Right. Same here. See you around.
Unbelievable story,
Anyway,
unbelievable
testifying to Congress in the future.
Stand by. We'll have more. We'll have Kelly's court tomorrow. We'll see you then.
Yeah.
Are
Anyway.
you numb to it yet?
Anyway,
This
see you around.
spastic economy we're living through.
September 5th,
AI
2025,
is reshaping
2:10 p.m.
entire
now.
industries.
Anyway, there we go. Now it's me. Now it's just Andrew.
Mr. Secretary, you don't think so? Thank you. I hope everyone reporting that got that because they're explaining the Secretary.
He's talking about you. That he says you probably don't like him. Ooh.
Recently gave me this starfish pen. I was going to
Ray Legion, New Mexico. Ben Region.
You deserve it because what this represents
Holy shit.
to remember that every one of us can make a difference, or to something as small as a starfish on a beach that maybe
Ah, it made a difference to that one.
you might not save
I remember.
save one.
The little boy story, right? It made a difference to that one.
Nice little pin, sir, is a nice reminder. I'm gonna pray for you, Secretary Kennedy. I hope we do better. I want you to do better.
Wait, what are y'all talking about?
Today was a failure for you, man.
Long COVID. Well, I'm sorry to Senate Kennedy. That was Patrick Sochio testifying to Congress. And so y'all heard that shit, right? There's a long COVID is caused by viral reservoir. Most likely, it's not in the body, and then if we don't get another vaccine, we will never clear that body. And the long-term consequences of keep using this mRNA vaccine is possibly cancer for a lot of people. Young people who are not supposed to get cancer, getting cancer. Because COVID is, oh yeah, nice African American man. That's the last thing I was doing yesterday with the CDC director told them about. Yeah, 500. Anyways, long COVID. I mean, did you all? I'm gonna see if long COVID. Have you actually did a hearing on long COVID yet? I mean,
discontent with COVID vaccine and quote wanted to make the public aware
I think it was a long time ago.
of the vaccines. Secretary Kennedy, I assume
There's the. This is the guy. This is Francis. Francis.
of the gunman's motives. Yes.
This is the guy. Francis. Francis. That
May
is.
have concerns about new medical breakthroughs. Those people don't have
Senator experience with Tim Kaine has long COVID.
under them. You've been over HHS for 7 months now. Have you ever been briefed by CDC's career immunization officials to discuss your concerns?
So Senator Tim Kaine has long COVID. Means he hasn't cleared the virus.
Have you ever been briefed? Sir, I'm asking the question.
So what was the question?
It's a
Sorry.
simple yes or no question. Have you ever been briefed by CDC's career immunization officials
About
to
what?
discuss their concerns?
Yes, I have.
What was the answer?
Yes.
You have been briefed by CDC officials.
About.
The career immunization officials to express your
The senior vaccine safety scientist.
Have you ever been to the CDC as
I mean,
secretary before the shooting on August 8th?
Have I ever been there as secretary?
Have you been there as secretary before the shooting?
To this. To the.
Let's return to the shooting and the
no, question one.
aftermath. Secretary Kennedy, I'm about to ask you a series
Have a tour of
of
CDC,
yes
I
or
mean, it's
no
fine.
questions about the events of the past month. And I would appreciate just a yes or no response. You called Dr.
Yeah,
Menard
finish
to your
yours,
office
okay.
on August 25th for a meeting. Is that correct? Yes or no?
It could be. I just don't know the date. I have to check my calendar.
Was Jim
No,
O'Neill,
same with
the man
Andrew, I
you
mean,
just appointed as acting director of CDC in the room on whatever date you met with him, since you can't recall? Was he in the room when you met with Dr. Menard?
I mean, I can't even tell you what date they passed stuff. You know that I remember. Like I think May 22nd. I think give or take for the big before the House maybe. 22nd.
I don't believe
Big
so.
beautiful.
You don't believe you criticized her?
Oh, I criticize
Did you
House.
criticize
Not
her?
that it's,
Did you criticize her?
I don't even.
Did you criticize her for her
Yeah,
statements
it's
to
it is May 22nd.
CDC workers following the shooting?
Yep. Got it.
You know what?
Did you demand that she fire career scientists or public experts at the CDC?
Yes.
Did you demand that she accept the recommendations of your hand-picked vaccine advisory panel without
That's the Wall Street
review
op-ed or
by
something.
career CDC scientists?
No, I did not.
You didn't ask for her
Wall Street Journal
commitment
op-ed.
ahead of time that she would accept the recommendations from the advisory panel. You're
No,
denying
what I
that?
asked her about is she had made a statement that she was going to not sign on, and I wanted clarification about that.
Did you
So what
tell her to
happened
accept
then?
the advisory panel's recommendations?
I told her I didn't want her to have a rule that she's not going to sign on to it.
Did you say that the CDC was, quote, the most corrupt federal agency in the history of the world?
Not the history of the world, but definitely
Did you
within
say
HHS.
did you say
I did not say that, but I did say it's the most corrupt agency in HHS, and maybe the government.
so you called the CDC corrupt? Did you say that CDC staff
Well, that's
are,
interesting.
quote, horrible people?
No. I mean,
Did you
not
say
just.
that
I
they're
don't know.
killing children and they don't care?
No.
Okay, I think that we all have a history of listening to you and these answers, but you're on the record for
It
a
depend-
number of these statements. Despite your lack of
Well, it
credentials,
depends on what you guys are yelling back and forth. It might be talking about something else that not the
it is a
CDC.
threat to the public health of the American people. It's clear that you are carrying out your extremist beliefs, which is
You see,
why
when yelling back and forth, he might be talking about something else earlier. So
We're the sickest people on earth.
I'm speaking.
How am I a threat?
Secretary Kennedy, for the first
Yeah.
time, we're seeing deaths from children from measles. We haven't seen that in 2 decades. We're seeing that under your watch. You are a hazard to the health
For the
of
measles?
American people.
Can I respond to this, Senator?
No.
When did the measles
Let me do my
outbreak?
turn.
We need to wrap.
You are a hazard to the health of the American people. I think that you ought to resign. And if
2
you don't
weeks
resign,
ago.
the President of the United States who put forward Operation Warp Speed, which worked, should fire. Thank you so much.
That is an interesting question. Do you ever thought about how the Russians could have done this on purpose, Senator Warnock? The measles outbreak.
Now I made 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, y'all thought about the possibility that the Russians could have done it on purpose, right?
In this country.
Started a measles outbreak on purpose because you have some people traveling, Americans, and then you expose them to measles and you have them bring it back to the United States as a bioweapon. You all have thought about that, right? That the outbreak in Texas isn't Secretary Kenny's fault, but the Russians' fault, and then you are helping the Russians to turn ourselves.
Our taxpayers and our families pay the most and get.
Because why would there be a measles outbreak just out of nowhere? If somebody still has to have measles do not come out of nowhere. You don't travel to somewhere where there's measles, nobody gets infected, no measles in the United States, even with low infection rates. I think you all need to have a little bit of more talk about how a lot of things on this earth may not actually happen by accident. It's actually an American adversary doing it on purpose. It could be the Chinese, it could be the Russians. Just releasing some measles to the American travelers and then have them bring them back.
That is going to be a hammer blow to our hospitals because those folks who lose health care don't get a guarantee they won't get sick. They're going to show up at our community hospitals. Our community hospitals are going to treat them and they aren't going to be compensated. And it's why Vermont community hospitals are on a financial thin ice, and that's true. About 300.
So didn't Secretary Kenny just say you're gonna get them 10? They were getting like 19 something, and then now they'll get another 5 or 10 or something. They were gonna get more.
The Secretary made assurances to this committee, and he has not kept the promises he made. Prices have not come down; they've gone up. He assured Senator Cassidy that he would not change the standards for vaccine review. Yet since his confirmation, all 17 members of the Vaccine Advisory Board have been fired by him. He has limited the use of COVID-19 vaccine. And he has inexplicably canceled $500 million in vaccine research and funding. So, I'm not surprised. Stephen Miller credited you with being the crown jewel of the cabinet. In my observation about the crown jewel of the cabinet and the policies of folks who get rewarded. Well,
Secretary Kenny, we need to figure out a way to fix long COVID, basically, regardless of what the senators are saying. I mean, we have a problem with post-COVID syndrome.
Without data, the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics was fired.
Was it post-COVID syndrome? No C-SPAN. Long COVID? Long COVID? I mean, I do long COVID, and the only thing is...
There for 30 years, fired after the meeting with Putin.
I don't know what the happened to that one.
So, Mr. President, that is serious.
Long COVID.
But I want to finally end by challenging us in the United States Senate.
Okay, I need this one is to. So Tim Kaine has long COVID.
Was that there would be a concentration of power in one branch, and that would lead to catastrophic consequences for our country.
Then do your job, senators. Start doing long COVID.
We have confirmed a vaccine denier on tariffs. We've given up our constitutional
I already seen. What have we learned so far? UC Davis. Because I've seen it already. Anything I've seen with Dr. Acrisio, I cannot actually see again. I already sent them.
We cannot see out.
No more vaccine. No COVID repairable pandemic.
Crumbling healthcare system, a deficit exploded, and our allies losing.
ABC News already.
Mr. Secretary.
Chronic fatigue syndrome and long COVID.
In the past, you have accused some of my colleagues of being in the pocket of pharma shills. You did that with Senator Warren today.
My long COVID care wasn't medical.
Senator Bennett and Senator Sanders.
NASA scientist, severe. What do you think? NASA scientist.
But I believe we have to fight pharma. farm and bring down the prices. And Senator Cortez
Interesting.
Master spoke about the legislation that we now have.
Ah, spiritual. Don't. I mean, goddamn.
$5 billion handout
Spiritual
for
cure for long
one
COVID.
beautiful bill. And when I leave
yes,
today
yes.
with Senator Wyden, we are going to go to the floor
60 minutes, I
seek
mean-
unanimous consent to pass our legislation that would reverse that giveaway. And I ask you to put your policy in your body where your mouth is, and join us in supporting that bill to restore price negotiation power so those pharma prices can come down from being the highest in the world to something within range of reason. Mr.
Institute for
Chairman,
Neuromedicine. That is an actual. Sounds like a real.
Senator
Hmm.
Young, welcome to the committee,
Well.
Mr. Secretary.
You have about. You only have 12 minutes left in this part too, so.
And to give you
Yeah.
an opportunity
Well,
to
part of the reason the real is my fault, Secretary, because I was. They had the senator need to hear that part. I
shouldn't
mean,
be surprised to you during
it sounded like they.
discussed my interest in
Yeah,
in
it
making
sounded like the
sure
senators
that
had their
it's
head
going
in
to
this.
address, this challenge, which afflicts, by most recent estimates, over 20 million Americans. They have been diagnosed. There are a number of others we know that go undiagnosed.
You're talking about
Over
Lincoln.
400 million people worldwide suffer from this at a cost of $1 trillion a year, which is roughly 1% of global
400 million people?
GDP. This we know has had impacts on participation in the workforce, therefore our own GDP.
Sounds like you're
So
talking-
it's it's serious on a number of fronts.
Sounds like it, but I don't know.
So I hope we can come up with some therapeutics for this condition. One of the real barriers to that is seeing that we are able to launch more clinical trials.
Did you say 400 million people
And
worldwide?
I want to get your update on how the clinical trials are going, what plans you might have in the works to increase the number of clinical trials as it pertains to long COVID.
It is long COVID.
Senator
Did you
Ziggy,
just say 400 million people?
There was
Jesus
a
Christ.
project funded, a long COVID project at NIH. There was a huge amount of money spent on
Jesus
it.
Christ.
It yielded nothing.
I agree with
Is that actually? I mean, because I've been having trouble figuring out how many people have long COVID. You know?
Launching a long COVID consortium. We're bringing together the best doctors in the country who have developed reputations for being able to treat long COVID. And one of them is a doctor that actually,
Dr. Bruce Patterson.
Bruce
Yes.
Patterson,
Okay.
and then Dr. Jordan Vaughn, also from Florida. There's a number of them who are doing spectacular things where patients are reporting extraordinary progress. We want to get them all involved in all in one room.
Dr.
We want
Neil.
to identify the protocols that are working. This is something that did not happen during COVID. It was all Ivy Tower science, and the doctors who were on the ground were reporting. The same thing happened during the HIV crisis.
Yes.
And we're trying to do something different.
But you might have limited. You mentioned Ivory Tower, and so that's a segue into let me.
We didn't get how
statistic
many
that I'm
Americans or
familiar with
something,
over
but
the years. It takes
400
roughly
was a lot.
18 years for proven interventions, pharmacological or other types of medical interventions, to make their way out into the field. If we assume,
Dude, that's-
I think a conservative estimate, 12 to 15 years, and until we have any really acceptable therapeutics for a long COVID, that's a cheerful estimate. Plus the 18 years until it finds its way into clinical practice, people roughly my age will pass. Actuarially speaking, they will pass.
Old age.
before there's any acceptable therapeutics. So we need to accelerate our current activities. Can you give me a couple of things?
Now
you
that is a
recommend
good thing
to
that
do to
you talked about,
accelerate our
Senator.
development of therapeutics?
I
I
mean,
mean,
the best solution is the same kind of solutions that we should have been pursuing during COVID,
clear the COVID, clear the virus.
which
I
is
mean,
off-the-shelf approved drugs that are there already.
Yes.
So you don't
It
have
was
to go
recently
through-
Yeah.
reported that
That's a
all
message
major
on what's-
pharma companies, I'm sorry if there's one good student exception, are serving as barriers to clinical trials.
It's
How is that
bizarre.
on purpose?
yeah, I mean, seriously, yeah.
Okay, you're the Secretary of HHS. Will you be cracking down on this
Yes,
cooperation?
yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Will you also be exploring
Well, thank you, Senator, for
research
actually doing it.
partnerships with other countries, seeing as I've established this is a global challenge?
Yeah,
Yes.
400 million. I did not know it was
That's what we
400
should have
million.
done
I
during
mean,
HIV is what we should have done during COVID.
Will you also
I couldn't
be
get them-
exploring whether ARPA-H, which has different research protocols
Wait,
than
is this? I haven't seen
is
this,
very
right?
good at what they do, but it takes them a really long time to prove things because of their rigorous process.
What's the date of this
ARPA
one?
is more practical, right? And so one could imagine ARPA-H.
I don't understand why I
tackling
didn't see this
challenge.
one, though.
Will you be encouraging
House isn't really open to that, Senator.
Okay.
Hold on.
Will you be working with me
Because
as a
she's
member
wearing
of the
green.
committee
It's
on your progressive,
August
strategy
17.
as it continues?
Yeah, and
Maria-
look, good ideas everywhere.
Okay, the last thing I'd like to briefly touch
Maria
on
Van
with the
Keur.
Chairman's indulgence is just recognizing the President's leadership
I learned all
as
of
it
this.
relates to the appropriate use of civil commitment to deal with homelessness challenges, mental health challenges, etc. He's taking a look at these
right.
practices. This can be a difficult conversation for so many of us, but I think it is worth considering
It's
whether
a random
government
one,
can play a more
so-
assertive role in helping people
August-
off the streets who have serious
August
mental
17,
illness,
21. That's
you
why.
know,
It's too
for
long
the
date.
sort of
That's
treatment
why.
they really need to be healthy. Can you provide some very brief thoughts?
You wanna
on
know
this
something
topic?
good?
And maybe
That-
then I can follow up.
That's 5-year anniversary about what happened to
On
me.
the topic of
Civil
No.
commitment.
Not mental health, but
If we can follow up.
it's- well, I mean, not homelessness, but not health. That's about 5 years ago, Senator.
your ideas on
I,
something that you
Yeah, I think the
Yeah,
President said, you know, we
just
have
about 5 years ago, I was so sad. I was involuntarily
20
committed.
degree below zero
Yeah.
temperatures consistently
Six
in
or 5 years.
Washington D.C. and they're believed to perhaps have mental health challenges. Might we consider how to offer them care
Yeah. And you
How
know,
else do you
controlled
know?
setting rather than allowing them to freeze to death? Might that be humane as we consider application of laws? Yeah.
I know, right? A little bit of sarcasm, yeah. That might be the right answer.
Under 3 hours.
Anyway,
Appreciate that.
yeah, I mean, you guys have 5 minutes left.
Senator White has
5 minutes left in this video.
So I said he, as the ranking member, should have the right to have one more round of.
Yeah, you only have 5 more minutes in this part 2. I don't know what happens. Is there a part 3? I mean, if you all want to go part 3, I will go for everything. And it's September 5th, 2:29 p.m.
I was the first member of Congress to hold a
New person,
hearing
yeah.
on this drug, which now has served more than 7.5
New
million
person.
women, and of course it is used for reproductive health and medication abortion. It has been documented.
Medical abortion for a while.
It's safe, and people say safer than Tylenol.
Cushing syndrome, huh?
And the reason that I'm asking the question is that I'm getting reports that you said you're going to conduct a complete review of mifepristone's safety. And
Oh, man.
what we're hearing is it's not based on new clinical trials or data from the scientific community, but on one reviewed paper, that's
Damn.
a peer-reviewed paper by a political organization.
National Misoprostol.
2025 sponsor whose stated mission is to advance an anti-abortion agenda. So what I'd like to hear
Neuro
today
running is
for
actually
you
breaking down.
to say that you'll commit that your best scientists
That's how this works now.
without
Homo
bias
blocker.
be permitted to conduct this entirely unnecessary safety review. I don't see any evidence for it. You've called for it. But what I'd like to do is make sure that it's done right, and I'm very troubled by what I've heard about it. Your thoughts?
you have my
It's
commitment.
okay. Sorry, spam phone call. Another phone. I think I must need to read. I need to read January's immunology. Andrew needs to read the whole textbook. I mean, didn't have time, you know. I did not have time to read the whole thing.
I appreciate it. Okay, one last.
You need to understand the immune system. Complex.
I'm going to ask unanimous consent to enter into the record declaration.
Here we go. Invariant is associated with variant.
Someone very young who, in the middle of the night, we were told by whistleblowers are being whisked away and the like. And what I'd like to enter into the record.
I mean, I will start reading the immunology book. I mean,
Learned about, and also a memo
because
prepared by the law.
somebody has to learn immunology. Obviously, Congress doesn't bother me.
Been able to
This shit is hard to do for the scientists. Like, trained scientists read this, and it's hard for them to understand. I mean, immunology. I do not blame you all for not understanding immunology. But
now at the point where
yeah.
I'll just make a couple
Yeah.
very
Thank you for
personal
letting me
remarks
block
in that.
crash here. Hey.
I've decided, Mr. Secretary, you know, I said at the outset of this hearing it was going to be some partisan battle going on.
Yeah, well.
That is something that's very obvious to
It happens all
anybody
the time
who's
in
paying
any
attention to what's happened in the
Congress.
last 3 hours. There were several times that you were cut off, or I had to cut you off because
Yeah,
we needed to
Andrew.
keep moving along. And I'm not suggesting that
Written
you
answer,
should,
written answer, yeah.
but if there's anything that you felt you didn't have a chance to say, if you could briefly say it now, or if you would like,
Yeah.
you'll have the opportunity
You got it,
to
you got
submit
it.
written responses
Yeah,
to
written.
questions
You have 2
within
minutes.
the
You have 2
minute,
minutes
and you can
in the
make
video. So.
further
Oh,
statements.
and then, I mean, C-SPAN cuts it off. Doesn't mean that you guys got cut off. You know?
Everybody here, let us adjourn.
Yeah.
All right. Wise choice.
I mean, C-SPAN cut it off.
Let me just say now that senators will be allowed to submit questions to you for the record by next
Seriously,
Thursday, September
Senator
11th,
Crapo, we need a
5 p.m.
different
And I
vaccine,
just wanna
essentially.
say,
This spike
Mr.
vaccine
Secretary,
is
during
not
the
clearing the
former
virus,
Secretary of
apparently.
Defense
So
and your responses to these kinds of questions
yeah,
for
it
the
doesn't
record
clear
were
the virus.
delivered in
We
a timely manner.
and we never
And the
develop
example I
a
give you is
vaccine that clears the
on
virus
March
somehow.
22, 2023, he got some
We got a
The
shitstorm
answer
coming
February 22, 2024.
if we don't clear this virus from every single
11
virus.
months later. A year seems excessive.
It's a
And I'm
shitstorm.
going to ask you and your team to not follow the precedent set.
I mean, I can't
by
believe-
Secretary Becerra, and instead to respond.
The Tucker Carlson and Patrick Songino had a podcast. They talked about it, but
I asked
but-
every
but
single nominee,
Congress might not
you
actually
may or may not recall,
you might not
probably
actually watch it,
already
right?
would do that in your nomination hearing.
about the shit. So I mean, I just forced you all to watch this part about the.
Once again,
And I've been briefing the president about the
deadline for submitting these
about long
questions to the
COVID and what
record
long
is
COVID
September
is, and
11th at 5 p.m.
but I haven't briefed you guys.
And
So
hearing nothing further, this
I mean, I just assumed the president would have briefed you, but honestly, take care, Secretary Kennedy. Immunology. See, I just assumed that Congress would have been briefed about long COVID. No, wrong assumption.